So, starting from the top, we have the nostrils, right, the tongue, the teeth. You're going to have the hard palate. The soft palate follows the hard palate. And inside there, you're going to have the cartilage structure, the epiglottis. Right, the epiglottis is the protection for the glottis. The glottis is the hole that enters into the trachea. So following the trachea, it's right here. This portion here is your larynx. That's the voice box. And the trachea is under it. So as you can see, the trachea is continuous from the glottis down here, goes into each of the lungs. Splits off into the bronchi, the bronchioles, eventually to the alveoli found in the lungs. The heart is found between the two. Right. Let's see what else we need to know from here.
LeBron.
Alright, so remember the pharynx is the connection point from the oral cavity and the nasal cavity. That's behind there, which we don't see. And that's continuous with the glottis. Alright, on the heart, remember this is going to be the right side of the heart. This is the left side of the heart, coronary artery. So this is the right atrium, left atrium. Remember from the right side, right ventricle, you're going to have the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery runs to the lungs. Above the pulmonary artery, or excuse me, actually deeper from the pulmonary artery, you see the aortic arch.
Aortic arch.
And from the aortic arch, you have the brachiocephalic artery, which is right here, which divides into your carotid arteries, and one on each side going to the head and neck. The other one goes to the right subclavian. The next one off the aortic arch is the left subclavian, which eventually goes into the left artery. After that point, you have the continuation of your systemic aorta. As you can see, it runs all the way down, through and through, slowly gets into the abdominal region. Right, so the thing that separates the thoracic region, which we were just in, from the abdominal region is the muscle that's responsible for breathing, which is your diaphragm. Right, now it rests on the liver. So this is the liver up here. Connected to the liver is the umbilical artery. Under the umbilical artery, we have our stomach, spleen, pancreas, small intestines, large intestines, kidneys.
Pancreas?
Yeah, pancreas. Mentioned pancreas. Where else? Right. And of course the pylorus or the pyloric region, which is where the stomach connects to the small intestines. That's right here. Right. So when the systemic aorta runs into here, I see. Excuse me. When the you guys didn't find it, I see. It's actually not that surprising. Alright, so when the systemic aorta came down to here, you're going to have one separation, which is going to go into the stomach, spleen, and liver. That's going to be the celiac artery, which is located here. Wasn't done during this dissection, so here it is. Alright, that's the celiac artery running to the stomach, spleen, and liver. After the celiac artery, we're going to have the anterior mesenteric artery here. It's going to go to the small intestines, large intestines, and the pancreas. Past that point, you're going to have the connection to the kidneys. All right, so that's going to be the renal artery here that I'm trying to get to. There you go. So that's going to be the renal artery, and then running down to here. Next part is the spermatics. As you can see, that when you tug on the ovaries, you see an artery running from there. Sorry, not spermatics. This is the uteral-ovarian artery. Spermatics is in the male. In the female, it's uteral-ovarian, or the gonadal arteries. Right under it, you have the large intestines, which is going to be connected to the posterior mesenteric arteries. And then from the posterior mesenteric artery, the next two sets of arteries are paired. So this is one of them. This is the external iliacs going to one to each leg, and the internal iliacs, which run into the umbilical cord, eventually turning into the umbilical artery that you see here. All right, and the rectum turns into the colon here, and then goes towards the exit. All right, above that is the vaginal canal. On top of the vaginal canal sits the uterus. and the uterus is connected to the ovaries via the oviducts, or the fallopian tubes, and that's the ovary itself. Right, so directly above the vaginal canal, you have the urethra. The urethra connects to the bladder. The bladder goes back towards the kidney via the ureter. Right, that's the connecting point. Right, that's pretty much it.
Do I have a urethra as well?
Hope so.